Hi guys, my name is Maxine Scott. I'm a UK soul artist, currently in Saudi Arabia. If you're new here, welcome. I am going to chat today a little bit about my journey, a bit about what I'm doing in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, and just about my music, keep you up to date with my life, and the journey. So the becoming of Maxine Scott. If you're new here and you don't know anything about me, I am a UK soul artist, grew up in a small seaside town in the southeast of England, in a town called Ramsgate in Kent, where not really much happens. I started releasing music in about 2020, was working with an independent label, releasing lo-fi, jazz, hip-hop type beat songs, which got some good traction. BBC introducing, played Jazz Cafe, BBC Six Music. Then I completely left the label and I decided to just start busking on the streets of London because I didn't feel like my voice was where it needed to be yet. And busking allowed me to break down loads of barriers with confidence issues that I had, networking, it grew my following loads. I got tons of gigs, played at a billionaire's house, met Harry Styles, sang with Sam Tomkinson, if that's how you say it. My guitarist met Gregory Porter, so just loads of crazy stuff happened on the streets. We met so many cool people, so many opportunities came from it. Some of my dear friends now I've met through busking, so it was definitely one of the best times I'd say in my life. Really, it was really fun. And now I've ended up in Saudi Arabia. So how did I get here? I went to Paris last year for 3 months to try and see Wagwan in Paris. I really got into jazz like later on in life, in my 20s, because one of my teachers actually went, "Why are you singing R&B when your voice is so nicely suited to jazz?" And I was like, oh, cool. So it was really good for me to go and busk with my guitarist because we learned loads of standards together. We shedded together, like really shedded hard, and that's how I got to where I am today. So I'm forever grateful for him. He's my great mentor, Jason Anser, shout out. Yeah, so went to Paris last year for 3 months after busking for 2-3 years on London streets. Then came back to London, was still gigging in London, but I was like, it's not really it. So decided to fly us out to Dubai, me and my guitarist. We did the Christmas scene there, Christmas, New Year's. We got some residencies, and then he went back to London. I stayed, did Ramadan, and then the war hit. I thought it was going to be World War III. Luckily it wasn't. And I ended up here in Saudi Arabia. Literally, sometimes I do walk the streets and I think, how the heck? How did I end up in the Middle East? Like, really not quite sure, but you've got to experience everything in life and take it as it is. Like I was saying, I went to Dubai. I was blessed with gigs during Ramadan, but it was quiet during Ramadan. I was literally singing at a place called Pizza Express live to nobody. There was nobody coming in. All the tourists go away and it's just the local Emiratis, and they don't really come out to Pizza Express, to be honest with you. Well, maybe a few of them did, but 1 or 2 tables. So I was basically singing to the staff 3 nights a week. Then the war hit. Gigs started getting cancelled here and there, and I started to worry, like, what do I do now? Do I go back to the UK? I'm stuck in Dubai. People were leaving Dubai, I was still there. And then I got the call to come to Saudi Arabia. Now, the thing about Saudi Arabia is it came actually at a blessed time, because my friends had helped me out with the visa to stay in Dubai. Shout out to Janine, my best friend, and also Nali, who I met in Dubai, who is an amazing musician, by the way. Go check her out, an amazing artist, gorgeous. They both helped me out to get my visa here to stay in Dubai. I owe some production people too, some production fees. This gig kind of came as a blessing because I prayed to God. I said, God, I need some money now to pay these people back. I don't like owing people. I don't like being in debt with anyone. So I prayed to God and I was like, God, please. No, I didn't even say please. I was just like, thank you for giving me the so-and-so amount to pay these people back. Then I got this opportunity, and for starters, it was only meant to be for 6 weeks. I came here, got introduced to everyone, showed them what I got, showed them my moves, and they loved it, obviously. And they extended my contract for another 6 weeks. So I've been here 3 months now, 1 week to go. To get home. Listen, God does really answer your prayers. Even in the moments that I was here, I did have some low points. There was many tears. There was many moments where I thought, I'm in prison, I'm depressed. But I did pray for this. I prayed to be in isolation to finish to finish my original music. I wanted this isolation period because I needed to record vocals. I was always with my guitarist, or I was always gigging, and I didn't really have this space and time to focus on this project that I want to release out into the world. I prayed for that and I got it, and I prayed for the money to come to pay everyone back, and I got it through this gig. Sometimes you don't realize you're in it when you're in it. You ask the universe, you ask God for things, and you don't realize you're receiving the blessings until you're actually living in them. So that's the beautiful thing that this journey has taught me, this chapter, which I call the becoming of Maxine Scott. And I am so excited for what's next, because I really feel like doing this gig, I've been singing 5 nights a week and then working on my originals in the day, working on my originals on the weekend. So I've never really stopped singing being here, which is so good. It's helped me work on the voice. I've learned new styles of music. I've been living with some gospel guys here from South Africa. I love you guys if you're watching. And they've really taught me some good gospel chops. Like, just hearing gospel music all the time elevates your vibration, and I brought that into my original music too. Listening to what people are doing in the industry now, like Ray, artists like Ray, I'm really taking big inspiration from her, and giving my touch with what's going on right now. And I feel like that is what resonates with people the most. It's, can you take something trending but make it your own? Like, you want to hear my story. Why is the reason that we follow our favorite creators? Why is the reason we follow our favorite artists? It's because we love the story, we love the journey, we love the brand that they are. The brand comes from your experience, comes from how you've grown up, who you are. Like, I used to dress up in my mum's clothes all the time. I used to go into her wardrobe, still do, take some stuff, and that's kind of where I've got my quirky style. Not quite sure what style it is, but where I've got my style from. She definitely was a big inspo. Like, I like a lot of like 90s 2000s look, and I just remember that was her. I was used to listen to MTV, Top of the Pops all the time, just sat watching. So my style was heavily influenced on that sort of like late 90s vibe. I am a 98 baby, that's probably why. I'm so happy that this contract has given me the opportunity to pay everyone back, so now I'll be financially free after this is finished. Also, I did have a really amazing opportunity happen here. I've basically done something naughty. Would you call it naughty, or would you call it business savvy? I'd call it business savvy. There's about 4 people in the runnings of this agency, because I'm hired by an agency, and then there is the venue, and then there's us, the artists. And we had lots of back and forth, not just with the agency, but with the musical director that was here at the venue at the time. They've got a lot of requirements. So some gigs that you go to, they're super easy. They're like, you do your thing, everything's fine. And some gigs you go to, they want you to do 1,000,001 things. It is a big venue, but it's low key. They want nice, chill, ambient music while they're eating. They don't want unts. But the musical director at the time was making us do unts every single night. There was lots of back and forth, and it was causing us to have arguments in the band. There was a lot of egos involved. And obviously I wanted to stand up for myself as a woman, but then I got told I was being disrespectful because these people are elders to me. So there was a whole load of this going on. Meanwhile, we weren't getting much love or much attention from the agency, like checking in, you guys all okay, this sort of stuff. There wasn't a lot of that. It was just like the agency had taken a cut and then given you the role. But I guess that is the agent's job, to be fair. It's not really, are you meant to check up on the artists? I mean, they didn't really do that in London. They just made sure you were at the job, and that was it. So I get it, pros and cons. Anyway, when the musical director left, because he got fired for some, I'm not sure, can't even explain that story, but he got fired. And so an idea popped into my head from God, like, you could do it. And I thought, do I even have the connections? Like, I was in Dubai for a little while, so I did network. My ex-boyfriend ran a teeth whitening company, which I had to do a lot of B2C, like contacting people off Instagram. So I knew how to do that. So I was like, oh, right, I could just do it that way. Like, I made loads of connections, go on people's Instagrams that I know have a lot of following, and then basically message all the artists on there whether they want to come. So I was like, oh, I could do it. Started putting two and two together. I wrote up a proposal, sent it to the CEO, and he went, sounds quite good, to be honest with you, and write up some prices and let me know your prices. So I was like, okay. At the minute, we're getting an okay pay, but it's low. It's low. It's okay for the golf apparently, but it's low for international artists. It's okay because this is my first ever contract, but if you've been on a few contracts, if you've done a good few big jobs in life, you wouldn't come here for this money. Like, a lot of people that I messaged wouldn't come here for this money. So I made up a little proposal with the finances. I made sure the artists were getting paid way more than I'm getting paid. I made sure they're getting a per diem. I wanted to look after the artists because the two South African guys that I was here, they were constantly complaining a little bit about the situation, that there were so many requirements, this and that, and we were eating the same meal every single night. So can you imagine, I've been here for 3 months and I've been eating spinach salad for 3 months straight. I mean, I know people do that when they're at the gym and they're meal prepping, their meal plan, but sometimes I need a little something else, do you know what I mean? Because I was living with these guys and I was seeing them getting, frustrated about late payments, about it going through going to France and then going to Dubai and then coming back to us. I was like, okay, let me just favour the artist. Let me do what I can for the artist, make sure they're getting paid more, make sure they're getting a per diem. If they've got to go to any rehearsals, make sure the taxis is paid already, visas are paid already, just stuff that's more efficient. Make sure that I'm there a bit more to contact them if anything is needed, make it a bit more friend-to-friend basis. And because I'm an artist, I know what the venue wanted music-wise. They didn't want uncensored music, they wanted nice chill, ambient, just not too harsh on the ears, nothing too crazy on the voice. Like, I do want to do a little bit of the belting stuff here sometimes, and I do it and I get away with it, but sometimes they're like, a bit lower please, because it's too, like, people are eating, they don't want you shouting in their ear, which is, to be fair, sometimes you gotta let go of the ego. Even though I do want to be belting, just even to practice, it's good, but sometimes you gotta hold it down, you know what I mean? There's a time and a place. You can throw a little 1-2, but don't be like, the whole night. You see what I mean? And until it's your own gig, then you have to follow the rules that the venue are giving you. Until it's me singing Wembley, where I can shout all I want, then I've got to kind of just follow the guidelines, do you know what I mean, of what the venue are asking of me. Sent the CEO all of my details. Sent him all of my... not details, but I sent him a proposal with the finances, etc., etc. And I told him, look, have a think, let me know what you think. And he came back and said, like your prices, cool, let's do it. And then I thought to myself, I thought I had to be in Saudi for this. I thought, what, I'm going to have to be living in Saudi, I'm going to be the musical director coming and seeing in the artist, because that's what the old musical director was doing. And I was like, the money isn't too good if I am having to live here, do you get it, and pay for rent and everything like that. And he said, who says you got to live here? You can do it remote, like the agency are doing. And I was like, oh, okay, different story, let's do it. Went for a meeting, made some official contracts, and boom. He was like, can you get a band together by this weekend? I was like, let's do it. Pray to God. Again, I didn't say, please God, help me, I'm nervous, I've never done this before. I thanked God. I said, thank you God for getting me the perfect band. Asked a few people around, told them the price, told them to keep it hush hush, and boom, we had a band literally by the weekend. Contracts were made, signed, and now I'm running my own agency. So hopefully, I did get a little bit of telling off by the agency actually, because they were good to me. They did help me out in Dubai. I met them in Dubai. They're two really great musicians, really dope musicians, and I hope I haven't burned that bridge. But my dad always told me business is about non-emotional. You got to be non-emotional in business. You got to be a little savvy, a little bit shrewd, a little bit like a fox. But that's the way it goes. If you don't take chances, if you don't step on a few people's toes, then I'm sorry, you know what I mean? What, you think Elon Musk hasn't stepped on a few people's toes? And I'm not trying to be rude, like sending you all love, but got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Hopefully it goes well for me, and if any work opportunity comes up, I'll obviously do my best to keep the agency in mind, and it's not like I'm really trying to throw them under the bus or anything. I never said anything bad about the agency, just want to let you know that. I never disclosed even how much I was getting paid to the CEO. I was just saying, look, I can do this much money, the artist will be getting paid more, and I'm taking a small cut, and actually it's saving the venue money being with me, because it's just a one sole person rather than it's going through like 5 different people. That's the update. So I came out of this experience with a new business. Fingers crossed it goes all well, and potentially I can come back here and hop in as a singer whenever I want. My next plan is to go back to the UK, spend a little time at home recalibrating, just enjoying life a little bit, because I have been locked up here. Really, it's just been work, home, work, home, work, home. Can't wait to just get back home and enjoy life, spend some time with my doggies, spend some time with my mom, eat my dad's cooking. Oh my gosh, can't wait to taste my dad's food. I can't wait to spend some time with my girlfriends and just give them big kisses and big hugs. You know, like, I miss just laughing and cackling. I miss cackling and joking around. Like, there's no one to cackle here with. I've got a few gigs lined up already, some solo, some duo, so that will be fun. They are just hotel stuff. But I really have finished working on the vocals for a body of work that I'm really excited to share. I'm gonna get in the studio, finish that with a good friend of mine. Hopefully you'll have some new music from me soon, and hopefully I can do some more big live shows, because I miss doing the big live shows. I miss doing my original songs. Maybe get a few sofa sounds in. Yeah, because I've been singing other people's songs for so long now, but when you listen to the greats, you realise they've all done this. Like, Michael Jackson was even singing covers, Luther Vandross was a backing singer, you know, lots of them were singing in hotels before, and then bosh, you get your break. I've still got faith. I'm trying not to listen more and more every day, the doubt in my head that is telling me all these things, and I'm sitting in the calm, ready to be seen. I see the numbers already. I know it's there. I know the music is viral. I know the big crowds are there. I know the stadiums are ready for me. I've seen the festivals. I've seen the bands. And it's just reality catching up with me, basically. So I can't wait for that. This is the becoming of Maxine Scott. I'm so grateful that you guys stayed to listen to me yap for this long, and that's my life update, really. After this contract finishes, I am going to Turkey with my mum. I'm going to meet her in Turkey because she's been in Russia seeing family, sorting out some business there. So I'm going to meet her in Turkey. We're going to have the most amazing week together, because I hadn't seen her since last November, so I can't wait to see her, kiss her, just eat good food, maybe have a little wine, because there's no alcohol here too. I need that right now. I need that recalibration. But yeah, I think I've yapped enough. Until the next video, I'll film some of me and my mum in Turkey and what we get up to in Antalya, because that's where we're going. But big kisses for now, and I love you guys. Please stay tuned, and wishing you all so much love. Bye.